Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Jagged Alliance 3. As today, we continue securing our foothold in Fleetown, this time by meeting the local crime boss and making sure we're not stepping on each other's toes. That said, before we get into that, we do have one other thing to touch on real quick, because, as you may notice, we are now at 65% approval in Fleetown, and that is because, as per recommendation from one of the raiders, I just cycled like $4,000 or $5,000 through Father Tooker's church. By buying and immediately reselling diamonds, we essentially pay $100 per loyalty with Fleetown, which, as established, grants us an immediate return of $32 extra per day. I could have easily taken us all the way up to 100 and maxed out our profits with the local mine, but that honestly just felt a bit excessive, so I stopped at 65. We still get something like 5 to 10 for every sector we clear and every quest we complete, so we'll have it maxed out soon enough regardless. On that note, however, while doing the bookkeeping for last episode and checking our latest journal entries, I did notice that we've got a couple of interesting landmarks just across the river from us. For one thing, apparently Sector H10 has some sort of explosives-laden boat, which we can send upriver to weaken the defenses of that fort. And then Father Tooker's Restless Spirit is actually just south of that in Sector I-10. So what I'm thinking is that while I do still want to go and meet with Boss Blobert, I'm thinking we can pop across the river real quick, see the sights, grab some loot, maybe knock out an objective or two, and then hop back across the river, meet the local crime boss.
Okay.
Arrived at the location.
And if we've got time left after that, we'll set our sights on that port just south of us. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I'm already piling our plate pretty high here. That said, before we actually head out, I would like to get us set up with this new shoddy. Because, as I said last time, I'm not really a big shotgun guy, but there is some overlap with shotguns and explosives on the perk tree. So, why not? I'll give it a shot. We'll run it for a fight or two, and, worst case scenario, I'll just lean on grenades a bit heavier than usual. I think, honestly, the biggest downside to using shotguns is that, unfortunately, I was eventually hoping to get Rhett kitted with an underbarrel grenade launcher, but I think those are restricted to assault rifles and long rifles. I don't think there are any shotguns that can mount an underbarrel like that. But, we're not really at the point of running underbarrels anyway, so no big deal. We'll test run the shotgun for a while, see how that feels. We do, however, need to get it back into usable condition, which is fine because that gives us time to do another round of training for the local militia.
Good. This task will be easy for the brave.
While the actual militia caps at 8 per sector, you can continue training them up to veteran status, which takes a full 4 rounds of training. Technically, militia can go even higher than that. They can go all the way up to elite, but that requires actual combat experience, so it can only be achieved by militia surviving a sector attack. But that's all the more reason to make sure they're at least at veteran status.
I'll get right on it.
Before the Legion inevitably lays siege to the territories we've claimed.
This stupid task is taking longer than unclogging my toilet, and is about as much fun.
Nice. Okay, we got I-10 and H-10. Fantastic. Took some minor injuries, no big deal. We're not really hurting on time, so that's basically just a free shot at extra points of medical or health.
I'm finished with my task. I'm gonna take my 15-minute break now.
Finish up the repairs.
Hey, dumbass! I'm all done.
And we're good. Nothing else of immediate concern, so let's hop the river, do a quick demo run. We're basically aiming for an oblong loop here. We're hitting H10 for the boat, I10 to get dispirited, I9 for Boss Blow Bear, I8 to clear another sector, and then north, H8 to turn in the spirit quest with Tooker. That'll leave us a nice little strip of unexplored coast leading up to the port. And emails.
I'm good at being overlooked.
Tom Hoffman. Wow. Yeah, I mean, what better place for fishing than a coastal island country? And a news blast. Let's see what we got this time. Something good for once. The Creutzfeldt Jacob Sanatorium is organizing a massive blood drive. If the initiative is successful, medical experts believe that up to 5,000 people that would have otherwise died in hospital due to a lack of blood for transfusions may be saved this year alone. All volunteers will be compensated until the initiative runs out of budget. Several international NGOs are backing the drive, and it is expected to run for months with the current rate of participation. If you're in the area of the Creutzfeldt Jacob Sanatorium, please take some time to visit and donate blood. Your child, relative, or loved one may one day depend on the blood you give today. A new disease? To somewhat temper the good news, there are reports of a new disease spreading throughout the jungle region of the Ajani, dubbed red rabies. The disease is reportedly a less lethal, more virulent variation of the rabies virus. In layman's terms, the infected become completely irrational and aggressively lacking any self-control and attacking on sight. Dr. Cronenberg at the Creutzfeldt Jacob Sanatorium claims the disease is a hoax. This was corroborated by the physician in Chalet de la Pas, the only bigger settlement in the area. Can one hope that at least one bad thing may spare us? I certainly hope so. With all the conflict and strife this country has been through, the last thing we need is a disease outbreak, especially from a disease causing more violence. Rumors galore. If the disease rumors turn out to be a hoax, this will not be the first wild rumor flying around. Let's start with the rumors of a ghost in the abandoned mansion of former Adonis CEO Mike Ditch. These stories have circulated for years, but since the mansion has been overtaken by the Legion, they have gained new legs and sprinted their way through a gullible population hungry for sensationalism. A witch is supposed to live in Wassergrab doing sexual rituals to the men in the area to keep her youth. Apparently, these people have invented a novel way of explaining absences to their wives after visiting a brothel. Most of these rumors sound bizarre, but perhaps I'd like to think there is a modicum of truth to every such rumor. A more sinister tale is the cult of the Old Ones in Chalet de la Pas. Not only has the cult damaged a lot of the Borassus plants in the area, but it appears they are also into animal sacrifice, and even human sacrifice according to unsubstantiated claims by the local physician. I always like to think there is a modicum of truth to these rumors, but as we are understaffed, we cannot investigate further. For now, follow our newsletter, where we give you real facts and real journalism. Our integrity is impeccable. We apologize for the unsubstantiated claim that there are secret government biolaboratories. We have fired the intern responsible for that unfortunate story. Getting a little too political there for my likings, but lots of interesting takeaways there. So the Haunted Mansion, that apparently belonged to the former Adonis CEO, who I guess has been missing since the Legion takeover, which makes that even more intriguing, because that is just north of Father Tooker's church. We might want to check that out sooner rather than later. Oh, we got an actual invite to meet Boss Flaubert. Right, maybe Father Tooker dropped that on me while I was cycling diamonds. And that's where Smiley comes in. He's linked to the missing Carnival Queen from Pantagruel. Interesting. Alright, let's give this place a gander. That's gotta be our boat. Smuggler's Cove, Secret Stash. Secret Stash. Vehicle out front, piles of crates. Open space.
I guess we're going.
Not pinging any enemies, so I guess we don't need stealth.
Let's move.
We'll just do a quick run through, grab everything that's not nailed down, and be on our way.
Let's grab what we can. Something to help us on our quest, perhaps?
The boat is full of explosives. If someone were to push it upstream, it would do a lot of damage to the Legion blockade at Camp La Barriere. Well, that just sounds dangerous and irresponsible. We'll get rid of these explosives before anyone else comes along to do something like that. For we are heroes. As for Livewire's new perk, I'm thinking Dire Warning. Inspiring Strike is also tempting. She does do some pretty serious damage when she crits with that rifle. I believe level cap is 10, so no reason we can't take both. That aside, we'd want to have 3 banked on the Wisdom Tree anyway, so we could qualify for Shock and Awe, which is our Tier 3 perk of choice. And then after that, I guess we just start grabbing stuff from the agility and dexterity trees.
Yes?
Sure.
Back to looting.
We're moving? We're moving.
Oh, look.
Pipe.
An enchanted item!
And 40mm grenades. Man, that's everything we need to do an underbarrel grenade launcher. But no, we'll stick with the shotgun for now. I would like to at least fire it a couple of times before I swap it out for something more practical. Oh, also, another thing pointed out by the raiders or one of the viewers, I'd have to go back and see who it was exactly. Apparently you can tell what kind of trap is on a trapped container. If it says disarm, then it's explosives. If it says disable, it's mechanical.
Trap disarmed.
Personally, I feel like it would be easier if they just used different icons to make it clearer what check is required. But they do give you a way to differentiate, so it's actually not as big a deal as I previously framed it as. Also, free frag grenade, which we are running out of room for, but, I don't really see us needing 2 remote detonators.
Ready.
Oh, hey, intel for that sanatorium we just read about. Interesting.
Look.
The one run by a certain
They're
Dr.
on our way.
Cronenberg. I'm sure everything there's on the up and up. No reason to have untoward suspicions of a respectable fellow like
I
Cronenberg.
really believe it would be rude of us to leave anything behind.
Armor weave, we'll take that. We don't really have any armor worth using it on just yet,
Or I'll
but
just
it's always
follow
good to
you.
bank some upgrades.
That's fine.
Yes, sir. We're on it.
And yet more explosives. Lovely. I wish you could break the pipe bombs down for more powder and parts.
We're going, right?
Or, for pipes. But I guess that would make things too easy on us, wouldn't it?
Let's go, yeah? We should take a closer look at this. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, that just leaves the wilderness approach. Oh, and whatever
On
this
my way.
is.
Worth checking that out.
Modded Peacemaker, no big deal. We'll break that down. Hey, nice. Wow, 3 in a single episode. That's kind of bonkers.
Not a
I
problem.
wonder if they upped the drop rate.
Hauling ass.
We did just have a patch over the weekend, so
All right.
it's possible they made some tweaks I overlooked. I only looked at the highlights. Oh, let's also go ahead and swap in that modded ewer we picked up last time around. The one with the fancy prism scope. Well, generally speaking, I do find the advanced prism scope to be more useful. That's still a pretty solid get. We'll toss that to Kalina, get it modded with a new improvised suppressor. I feel like her marksmanship is high enough to live without the improved iron sights.
Kalina here.
Okay.
And I believe we have another secret stash around here somewhere. So let's track that thing down.
Let's go, yeah?
And I guess walk the perimeter, make sure we're not missing any obvious herbs
I
or
guess we're going.
errant containers.
All right.
We're going, right?
Okay.
Heading out.
Not a problem.
Let's go for a walk.
Maybe we should sniff around.
There it is.
Hoping for bullets, but I'll take porn.
And more armor weave. Okay, we'll take it. We're basically sitting on that stuff until we find full sets of medium or heavy armor for Meltdown and Ret. Now for the Spirited Pursuit.
Let's go.
Note our loyalty is still sitting at 65. Even though we claim that sector, we don't get a loyalty bump unless there are enemies to claim it from.
I can't be sure, but that might be something interesting.
Care to try it?
Right?
And speaking of enemies, we have hostiles, and Ret would apparently very much like to blow them up.
People ignore me.
Think that can be arranged?
Found a bad guy.
What I am not seeing, however, are any
This
angry
sneaky shit ain't
ghosts.
my style. My babusia taught me to hunt this way.
But that's fine. We will just make our own.
Man, how can I fucking know? Make sure you ask the slippery bastard once we find him. Just follow the plan, okay?
Yeah. He can't be hiding forever.
A good
Interesting.
surprise shot from here.
What are you doing here? Leave now or die.
I will do neither.
Ha! Looks like we won't be going home empty-handed after all. Get him! Je suis blessé.
Is this guy going to shoot back at me? That is an emphatic yes. Okay, well, could have planned that out better.
What?
It's fine, though. That's fine. You know what? Frag you. Job's done.
Now that was really something special.
Presently in attendance.
And as for the rest of you,
This is so exciting.
I'm good at making.
yeah,
people
drop the other
ignore me.
shoddy first.
As long as there isn't a cat nearby, I should be able to get away with this. I hope nobody heard that. Good chance at a sneak attack here. The hell you want?
Could you please kill this sniper for me?
Watch me put this one down like a sick dog.
Fuck!
Still standing, but suppressed. Let's hope that's enough.
Move! Shoot! Do something!
Minor ding on MD.
Gonna keep this one busy.
Meltdown here.
Nice.
Damn, I hope there's a lot of blood.
He didn't have enough AP left to actually fire.
You're really neat. I mean, that was really neat. You looked really cool, and I like your hair, and, never mind.
Good chance of me, not missing.
Nicely done, MD. Thanks.
We won! Yay us! Woohoo! Yeah!
Okay.
Don't get too excited there, buddy.
I wonder what secrets this is hiding.
That wasn't too bad. Rhett got kind of messed up, but otherwise
MD
it's mostly flesh wounds. Let's see if we can get some skill pops here.
Ready.
You want something?
Yes?
Michael here.
Yes?
Ready to, do stuff.
Sweet Jesus, that's better. Thought I was gonna run out of blood.
No luck. And we got some more emails. Oh, a new news blast. That was quick. Loyalty rewards. Congratulations! Receiving commendation from Kalina has allowed us to award you $2,000 from the AIM Star Fund. Remember, happy mercs are the best mercs. Keep up the good work. And let's check this out. Legion losing ground in Fleetown area. Legion continues to lose ground. This time Fleetown is the scene of a battle as another Legion force has been routed. There is little information about what has actually occurred, but all sources confirm that at least part of the city has been freed from Legion forces. Are foreign forces deliberately seeking to supplant the strongest paramilitary force in the region? We are currently investigating claims of a small elite force thrashing Legion forces in its way. More on this story as it unfolds. Fleetown, unruly and poverty-stricken. Fleetown has always been an unruly place, even under the rule of the Legion. With all the ongoing turf wars and ubiquitous poverty, it is often cited as one of Grand Chien's crime hotspots. Just a few weeks prior to the current battles, a midday shootout happened at the market. It appears a foreign teenager got into hot water with a local thug gang, and suddenly shots were fired. The local authorities claim it was just a misunderstanding over a girl, but our reports show that at least one person was killed in the shootout. The quick reaction by community leaders such as Father Tooker and the underground kingpin Boss Below Bear himself stopped the shootout from escalating further, but such events are commonplace in Fleetown. It is unlikely that in the current era of instability, Fleetown's fortunes would improve. The gangs offer the youths of the city a quick way to riches, and the Legion a quick way to vent their anger. The few remaining good seeds leave the city to seek their fortune in Port Cacao or abroad. Perhaps one day we will have a government that may lead Fleetown and Grand Chien out of the pit. But for now, the future looks dark. The House of Blessed Spirits. What does it actually cost to save your soul? A question posed by many philosophers, intellectuals, and clergy. A local priest by the name of Father Tooker has an unusual answer. Diamonds. Tooker is an unusual breed, a mountain of a man that looks more likely to rob you than save you. A clergyman and, at the same time, a firm believer in superstitions prevalent across Grand Chien. When asked how both combine, the father just shrugs his shoulders and claims he sees no difference between the two. After years of failing to keep his church financially stable and keep the locals out of trouble, Tooker took to a more pragmatic approach. Pay for your way to heaven. The church allows everyone who donates a diamond or cash to the church a blessing, an absolution of all sins. According to Father Tooker, all proceeds are returned to the community, which is at least partially corroborated by the community. Soup is widely distributed to the poor in the area, even if the contents are more than questionable. Is this patron saint of diamonds as clear as the stones he asks of his parishioners? It is hard to make moral judgments in a town like Fleetown. He is at least trying to do something in a city that both the government and God have abandoned long ago. I have seen with my own eyes that the church wall was damaged, and I hope that the sums Father Tooker has gathered will be sufficient to repair this daring attempt at sacral architecture.
Michael here.
So again, a lot of very intriguing insight into some of the questions we've recently been asking. Someone drew up a plan to capture the restless spirit. It looks like it will require guarding the roads out of the sector. Which has updated our objective here.
They're on our way.
We can ambush the restless spirit by splitting up and guarding the exits. But yeah, that was an interesting series of articles. Gives us some context on the Smiley situation, I think. He's probably the teenage youth who got into a gunfight over a girl, the Carnival Queen, I'm guessing. And then Father Tooker and Boss Blobert stepped in and somehow smoothed things over, using their respective influences. Hence why Smiley is now hiding out in the back of Tooker's church. The question being, what happened to the girl?
Are there any sweets for good little girls?
And what exactly did Boss Blobert get out of the deal? Though we'll be meeting up with him soon enough. We're almost done here. We just have to do some light looting, some inventory management. Then we'll hop the river and go pay him a visit. Oh, right, we have the spirit thing too, but it seems like that's going to be pretty straightforward.
Here.
You're the boss.
Let's go.
I assume by splitting up... Oh yeah, see, we've actually got ambush spots marked on our map now. So that does seem to clinch it. I think we have to split our squad up into 3 different groups, 1 on each exit. And then our mysterious spirit should manifest.
I guess we're going.
Let's walk the perimeter for loot real quick.
Hauling ass.
As you wish.
I can't be sure, but that might be something interesting. Right?
Hoping for bullets, but I'll take porn.
Sure, we'll get there.
On my way.
Let's go.
Hauling ass.
All right.
Okay.
And okay.
On my way.
Let's break into 3 teams. Make sure each one has 1 person for close quarters combat.
They're on our way.
And we will flush ourselves out a phantom.
I was never good at hide and
Though,
seek.
based on the eavesdropping we did before we took these guys down,
Heading out.
it sounds like our spectral intruder is actually just some hapless
Let's move.
Hide and shoot.
treasure hunter who got in over his head.
You're the boss.
I mean, honestly, I'm half expecting it to be, what's-his-face, Lucky Bernard.
Yes, sir. We're on it.
Being quiet ain't my strong suit. There's no way they ain't gonna see me.
Oh. And there he is.
I shall not make a noise.
That is definitely not Lucky Bernard. But what he is standing at point-blank range right on top of Rhett with his shiny new shotgun. And now he's a ghost.
There's some loot in here.
Sleep flak jacket. We'll take that. And as for this thing, a messy map clearly showing an X inside the Fleetown Church. Right, right. Okay, so this guy found a map directing him to treasure inside the church, and I guess he was trying to steal it. I suppose that would be pretty awkward, trying to remove treasure from a church run by a mob-backed preacher. Let's go ahead and burn these magazines, free up some more space.
And better than ever.
I think it's pretty safe to say we'll be keeping this crew. And then MD also picked up a level up, so I guess we should probably grab the medical perks, but there's really only 2 on the list, I think. And then Kalin is still 1 point short on Dex. I would like her to start following the stealth tree at some point. Though, if we can't get that Dex bumped, I guess we'll go agility. Anyway, I'll mold on that between episodes, no rush. Let's head back to Fleetown, meet up with Boss Bear. Though we do have a diamond shipment in J9. Oh man, that's tempting. No, we'll stay on task with the original plan, and then if we have... Oh, okay. Hold on.
Not a problem.
The journey is done. I'm ready for the next quest.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Well, we appear to have a slight problem now, because apparently, while we could cross from the left side of the river to the right, we cannot go back without passing through that fort. And if we head south, we have to go all the way around. Oh, wow, yeah, that's weird. It's like no matter which angle we try to hit the river on, it tries to route us through that fort. Okay, well, apparently we are not heading back to meet with... Well, you know what we might be able to do? Is... Okay, let's try this. We'll go into Camp Barriere, and we'll try to creep to the west exit grid. I mean, we're tired, we're wounded. I'd really rather not burn time trying to recover until we're in a safer spot where we can get other stuff done, too. We've got payroll to make. We can't afford to run around the bank all day. Nice. Oh, wait, unless that just... Please tell me that didn't just blow up our western exit. We've got a stash, we've got a vantage point. Enemies, vantage point. Patrol route. Patrol route. Is that... Okay, no, I think that's our exit there. That pile of stuff right near that boat. Alright, let's creep up, see if we've got an open shot at that
I shall not make
exit. Though right off the bat I am seeing...
I'm good.
Oh man, no, that's... Oh, diamonds. Man, they've just got a ton of diamond shipments running around all of a sudden. Alright, I do not see us creeping over there unnoticed, but that is our exit grid. That would get us back across. Over to G9, and then we could go south from there into Fleetown.
I will try to remember.
Maybe we can pick off that Marauder. That might leave the beach open long enough for us to skate by,
Shall not make a noise.
hit the boat.
Evildoer!
Though we do have a sniper over there as well, but Mouse could take him out. I guess worst case scenario, we can fall back, retreat to the previous sector. Nice. One out. But that did alert the nearby snipers, unfortunately. So they are about to be on us.
Quiet as a church mouse.
Let's pop this Grenadier. He's going to be coming up on our flank in a second.
Don't think I can get away with this one. Good chance at a sneak attack here.
Crap.
The foreigners are here! To arms!
Well, this is an unfortunate situation I seem to have gotten myself into, but we'll hold and start a slow, orderly retreat back towards the exit
I
grid.
think so. They will definitely spot me.
I mean, on the bright side, this will
Ain't my strong suit.
at least thin them out a bit for when we do hit this place later. Give us a chance to do some scouting, thin out the enemy numbers, suss out some potential loot, and get some skill pops, so can't really complain as long as we make it out alive. Livewire, can you tag this guy?
Combat like this.
Nice. She's a lot more hit or miss since she's only rocking like 63 marksmanship.
Dispersez-vous!
And snipers on the move. Alarm is going up. Yeah, see, you can tell the snore icon's already vanished on the guys in the cluster of boxes to the east. They haven't moved yet, but they will start funneling this way next round.
A good surprise shot from here.
Let's pop the snipers. Lovely. And prone so the other one can't pop us back. You know what? We might actually be able to make a stand here. If we just hold these sides.
Right, I'll keep a lookout.
Ready.
Trying to be quiet.
I mean, if I'd planned on taking on the whole camp,
Hide and shoot.
I would have rested before we came in here, but this might actually work. The funny thing is, we actually got a huge advantage by hitting this place from the south. Because if we had come in from the west, which is the direction Fleetown's in, we would have ended up on those docks over there, and like right in the immediate thick of it. Whereas here we have an elevated sniper position with great cover and 2 narrow approach paths. Looks like the rest are still hanging back. Oh, right, they all have the,
I'll do it as quiet as I can.
the Chien mudslide
Shit ain't my
icon.
style.
Maybe that's what's slowing him down.
I can't do it. Maybe someone better than me should take this shot.
I mean, yeah, if they're just gonna come at us 1 or 2 at a time, then we'll hang tight. Pick them off in 1s and 2s as they straggle in our direction.
Yes?
They cannot hit what they cannot see. Better to go unnoticed, yeah?
Oh no, that's not gonna work. On your knees. Oh wow, that angle's actually pretty limited too.
When I was little, I would hide from everyone.
Kind of a miracle those first two snipers were standing in spots we could actually see them.
I will watch over our party.
Diamond guy runs for cover. We've got a cluster of more snipers further down the beach. Veteran scout having second thoughts. Can't say I blame him. And the rest of these guys are just hanging out. They're not approaching. Which is both good and bad for us, because it means we're not getting overwhelmed, but it also means that we're not really making much progress.
I was never good at hide and seek.
If we want to engage them, we'd have to go further down, which of course puts us at greater risk.
Got it. I'll shoot at anyone I see. I mean, bad guys, of course.
Ah, but we do have an angle on this guy. Nice.
I shall not make a noise.
That's another one out. And a briefcase full of diamonds, just waiting to be picked up.
Being quiet ain't my strong suit.
What?
See, now we have more reason to stick around, because
That is my game.
those diamonds would make payroll. Oh boy, but yep, now they're taking it more seriously too. Okay.
This is why I hate fighting.
Hang in there, MD, you're fine. Just hang tight. Snipers on the move, coming up the bank. Oh boy, this just got...
Meltdown here. Easier than shooting beer bottles.
This just got a whole lot more fraught. They really jammed on the gas all of a sudden.
MD present.
First things first.
Yes?
Scout out.
The hell you want? Damn, I hope there's a lot of blood.
I was really hoping that would do it. MD, knives out.
Ready to, do stuff.
Pretty good odds, I think.
Nice. +1 dex, too.
Ready when you are.
Prone to avoid return fire.
Ready.
Let's reinforce the right side. That's obviously where the bulk of them are coming from. Ideally, we'd like to get Rhett up towards the front. Lob a grenade over those rocks.
They cannot hit what they cannot hide and shoot. That is my game. This would be pointless.
Sniper's a bigger threat, but we don't have an angle.
It's not technically murder if no one is around to see.
+1 dex. We'll take it. I guess that's it. Let's see what they do. Oh, no, wait. Mouse hasn't gone yet.
I'm a mime, not a miracle worker.
We'll keep her where she is so she can cover left approach if needed. But she'll focus right for now.
Meltdown here.
And here we go. Right, I was worried I made that cone too long. Still got some hits in, but what I should have done was made the cone shorter so that it wouldn't trigger until he was around the rocks.
Nail this one to the ground!
Oh, that sniper's making it easy on us. Let's drop him.
This is a bad place. Here, have a good shot. One villain vanquished.
Hide and shoot. That is my
Well done,
game.
Kaylina.
They cannot hit
And we'll
what
get
they
live wire
cannot
on this guy.
I much prefer combat like this.
Fantastic.
Michael here.
That other sniper was using pin down. The general idea behind it is that you can use it to draw a bead on someone instead of firing. It marks them,
When you are.
And if they're still within line of sight at the beginning of your next turn, you'll automatically fire on them, and if you land the hit, it's a crit. But generally speaking, if I have action points left over, I'd rather use it for Overwatch.
Going undercover.
Let's bring Red around. Risky, but we need him up front.
Quiet.
Also, just moving around in combat is what boosts your agility. So, you know, don't sit stationary if you don't have to.
Shoot! Drive those foreigners back where they came from.
Wow. That guy ate a lot of shots. Our turn? Are we good? Yes, we are. And now we rain death. Oh yeah, we can get it all the way and back if need be. High strength plus a downslope throw. But let's trim the closer targets first.
I think I can, you know, get him.
One out. Cone down.
Better to go unnoticed, yeah?
Meltdown here. Easier than shooting beer bottles.
Oh, that hurts!
Oof.
Mouse?
Mouse?
I got this one.
There we go. That's two.
The Major will hear of this!
I think my target's dead.
No other good angles, so grenade out.
Grenade!
And that makes three.
Going right now.
Hang tight, Rhett. We've got you covered.
Hide and shoot. That is my game. It's an easy shot to make from cover.
Yeah, that was a pretty tough shot. Fair enough. We'll keep Kaylina trained on those diamonds. Make sure they don't wander off mid-firefight.
Ready when you are.
And Mouse.
For the Legion!
My diamonds!
Hello, evildoers! We are here to vanquish you!
Oh, wow. And we're up. Okay. Grenade out.
I'm just gonna say it. I really think that was completely hot.
That's another one down. Another one down. Another one bites the dust.
Oh, I have no cover here!
Hello there.
Ooh, not much. Not much of a solid hit with that shoddy, but that was bleeding. That's still pretty handy.
I got one. I got one.
Not that it really makes a difference in this case, but that is something to keep in mind. We eked out a pretty long, narrow cone
Quiet as a
on that
church
shoddy.
Ready to, do stuff.
I will try to remain hidden.
Live wire here.
Alright, I think we've got this. Let's mobilize our kill squads. Skulk forward. roust these last few guys out of their entrenched positions.
Yes?
Same thing we did in the flea market.
As silent as a spirit in the woods.
Okay, well that makes things slightly easier.
All right, I'm going. Don't be ridiculous.
Still a pretty tough shot.
When I was little, I would hide from everyone.
We'll just keep slowly moving up. No need to rush it. We pretty much won this thing at this point. It's really just a matter of avoiding any
What?
unnecessary excess damage. We're already pretty banged up, so no need to add to that pile.
This sneaky shit ain't my style.
Yes?
I was never good at hide and seek.
As silent as a spirit in the woods. Not a problem for
I've got to say, this is not what I set out to do today, but it really kind of worked out for us. Though I would still like to hit Boss Blow Bear next time round. Which should be easy enough to do, considering that we've now secured the crossing.
Trying to be quiet.
Not to mention, we've also secured payroll, and we're going to get a big bump on our town loyalty for securing this fortress.
Got it! I'll shoot at anyone I see. I mean, bad guys, of course. Just the bad guys.
Ready.
And this guy's really having a hard time, isn't he?
I'll do it as quiet as I can.
I was trying to keep one of our guys visible so he'd kind of lock on and move up on us.
Presently in attendance. All right, all right. Hide and shoot. That is my game.
My babusia taught me to hunt this way.
Quiet as a church mouse.
There we go. Finally.
Going right now.
I call shotgun.
MD present.
I will admit, point-blank shotgun's pretty fun. Not super practical, but
Hello there.
it is fun.
This is always the best way to do things.
I shall not make a noise.
Part of me wonders if I should have gone for sawed-off instead of extended, but the longer range just felt more
I'm okay with
more
just running
sensible,
away.
you know?
I'm good at making people ignore me.
I think our range on that thing right now is 24 spaces versus as short as like 12 if we'd gone full short barrel.
Not a problem for a mouse.
They cannot hit what they cannot see.
Though, to be fair, in that case it would be a much wider, if shorter, cone.
As silent as a spirit in the woods.
But see, then that's the point where I find it just too difficult to avoid causing collateral damage.
This mouse.
Friendly fire, destroying things that you want to salvage after the fight, stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
Or in the case of urban battles, civilian casualties. Those are rough. I accidentally clipped a civilian in one of my test campaigns, and that's like a -5 rep hit every time you do it.
As long as there isn't a cat nearby, I should be able to get away with this.
Oh, that hurts!
Oop. Not quite enough to get the job done, but that's fine.
Better to go unnoticed, yeah?
We'll just have Mouse hunker
Better to go
down,
unnoticed, yeah?
keep him distracted.
Okay.
This guy's done, he just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, I'm going.
What?
I was never good at hide and seek.
Hide and shoot. That is my game.
Really gotta bump up Kalina's agility and dex. She's a fantastic shot. She has a hard time keeping up with everyone else. Oop. Almost tagged me there. That was a little careless on my end. And we're good. Conflict resolved. Camp La Barriere is claimed. And we only got 5 loyalty. I really thought it would be worth more than that, but fair enough.
Okay.
Between that and I think the Restless Spirit sector, that's plus 10 rep. So it still should bump us up to 75. Yep. 75, not bad. That's an extra $320 a day. Plus we got a modest assortment of vendor trash. Nothing really notable I'm seeing here at a glance. Aside from the diamonds, of course, but that is literally vendor trash. An item that only exists to be sold. Oh, right, we've got MD's knife. Nice toss, buddy. Due to his mix of attributes, he's actually pretty handy with a blade. Not the best. That would be blood, I think. But MD's no slouch. And a big stack of ammo. Not too shabby. Okay, well, like I said, this is not what I was planning for today. I was really hoping to hit that loop. Meet Boss Blobert, clear some spaces, prep for our port run next time around, but here we are. And we still got a fair amount done. Cleared 3 sectors, took our first fortress, bumped our loyalty with Fleetown up to 75, and now we're in an ideal position to head back to Fleetown, meet with Boss Blobert, and then possibly hit that port next time around. Though I will admit, I am tempted to go after that abandoned mansion. Now that we know that it's linked to Adonis, who knows what we might find there. That's it. We'll hit the pause button for now. I'll do the usual off-screen bookkeeping, figure out our plan of action, and we will pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, Theory V23, EgonAlter, Emile, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Rowan Church, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
I'll get right on it.